Let your soul consciousness now become untethered from your body. Let your solar awareness soar, rising to the frequency of the etheric octave. In your mind's eye, approach now the entrance to New York Harbor. You see Staten Island to your left and Brooklyn on your right. You pass over Bedloe Island and the magnificent Statue of Liberty thereupon. Oh, the pulsations of the Liberty flame. You feel that pulsation of liberty's flame, which caused the establishment of a new nation under God. One nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A marker lights your way. You see ahead a brilliant, dazzling crystal light emanating from a great diamond suspended over the temple of the sun. The view of the temple is amazing and awe-inspiring. The retreat is vast and immense. It covers not only the Statue of Liberty, but it spreads out over Manhattan Island to the north and parts of New Jersey to your left. As your solar awareness touches down in the etheric plane, you stand before the great temple of the sun, a magnificent building of brilliant white onyx. Moving closer, you begin your ascent up the 144 dazzling marble stairs leading up to the entryway. And as you arrive at the landing at the top, the tones of a beautiful bell announces your arrival. And standing there in front of the colossal golden door leading into the temple is the gatekeeper, a 7-foot-tall, magnificent being of light. He bids you welcome and instructs you to take from off your feet your shoes and enter as a child, much in the same manner that you left. As you enter the enormous vestibule, you are greeted by a feminine being of great light. Her aura radiates with brilliant pink and golden flames. She is surrounded by numerous angels in her command. Embracing you, she says, "I am Listening Angel, and it is my pleasure to serve as your guide today. Welcome to the retreat of the Temple of the Sun. I call this place home, as my flame of compassion is anchored here in this retreat." This temple is a replica of the victory retreat of Helios and Vesta in the center of the sun of our solar system. And the twin flames of Helios and Vesta anchored within this retreat are dedicated to the liberation of all mankind. With that, she motions you to follow. You walk down a long, long corridor, many miles long. The floor is a most amazing, transparent, crystalline material, allowing you to see every detail of the landscape and harbor below. You pass classrooms for souls, meditation rooms, great auditoriums, laboratories, libraries, and archives, finally arriving at an enormous arched entryway. This is the great council chamber where the karmic board and other councils meet regularly, says Listening Angel. Ascended masters from all over the world are sometimes present here. Let us enter. We proceed into the council chamber. It is 200 feet square, having a great single column in the center, supporting the arched ceiling. At the base of the column, inlaid in the floor, are the cosmic symbols of the 12 houses of the sun. You note that they are different from the signs of the zodiac currently in use in the outer world. The entire architecture, as well as the interior design of this chamber, is of an ancient style resembling that which we think of as Greek and Roman. The council table in the middle of the room is made of jade and heavily veined in gold. Around the table there are 60 chairs made of solid gold. They are upholstered in a fabric of soft violet, looking like silk velvet. At the head of the table is a flaming crystal white throne. It is wide enough to hold 2 masters sitting side by side. Let us sit in on the coming discussion, says the Listening Angel. There are numerous floor pillows surrounding the council table, and as you sink into the incredibly soft cushion, you're amazed at its comfort. More Chelas of the Ascended Masters are arriving by the moment to hear the council. Finally, 4 majestic masters materialize around the council table. They sit in the gold chairs at the front of the table. The council comes to order. One of the majestic beings stands. His stature is fully 6'4" in height, with wavy hair falling to the shoulders that looks like sunshine on gold. Dazzling light rays emanate from his heart, throat, and head. His robes glitter with points of light like great jewels that flash continually. The girdle encircling his waist looks like a large blue belt. It is a mass of dazzling blue sapphires and diamonds. And the rays that blaze forth are constantly pouring out the tremendous power focused within them. This glorious, majestic cosmic being has become known to us as the Great Divine Director. He serves on the karmic board and is also a member of the Darjeeling Council. He addresses the council and the group. Beloved children of eternal light, so many of you know that it was my great privilege to be the teacher of beloved Moria, as well as precious Saint Germain. I am the original founder of the House of Rakazi, often referred to as the Master R. But in the annals of my own memory, 2 of my most precious experiences connected with unascended mankind were the raising of these 2 dear sons to their God-free estate. Now their love is nigh, incomparable, and you, O mankind, are privileged indeed to receive that love and their endeavors on your behalf. As you may know, long ago, this dear planet Earth and her lovely people offered to be host to life streams from other planets and systems of worlds, who are considered laggards because they misuse their free will, determining to resist the tides of cosmic evolution. These laggards refuse to keep pace or keep up with the spiritual advancement of their own planet and its people, in accordance with the God design provided for their world. They prefer to function in the field of separate self and personal control of their own energy, preferred also credit and honor for accomplishments, and domination over others rather than obey the universal law of love by praising the common source of the good for all. The cosmic councils having the responsibility of securing acceptance of these life streams by the councils of Earth and the solar systems were convinced that the lovely state of Eden would serve to inspire these laggards and help create in them a desire to take up their development where they had left off. Many of these came from worlds of advanced and exquisite design and were therefore very fair to look upon outwardly. The early sons of God who enjoyed the God liberty of the golden age then manifesting chose to take the fairest of these laggards as members of their own family in order to propagate the external fairness which they desired at that time to imitate, thereby introducing shadow and pain to the otherwise God-pure strain of early mankind. Thus, in part, is the fall of man from his original Edenic estate recorded. In view of the foregoing, I joyfully tell you that some time ago, a kind, earnest, unascended physician with intense inner love and foresight petitioned the great karmic board concerning the responsibility of those worlds from whence the laggards originally came. He believed that Earth and Earth's people should not bear all the responsibility and accountability for the laggards' doing. After much inner consultation and appeals, our lovely Lord Helios and his blessed consort, the Lady Master Vesta, lovely Lady Vesta, have at last given us cosmic decrees and a dispensation unparalleled in planetary history that ought to have such intense and far-reaching effect as to bid fair to give Earth her freedom more quickly than any can ever dream of. I bless you with the fullness of my love. I am the great divine director. And with that, as the great divine director sits down, choirs of flaming yellow and pink angels appear overhead, as well as mighty seraphim and cherubim and mighty beings you have not known before, who are dancing in paeans of praise and are playing the anthem of the free with their trumpets, as to announce the arrival of other cosmic beings. And with a mighty flash, two celestial beings appear, sitting side by side on the great throne at the head of the council table. This master appears as a wonderfully handsome youth with classical Greek features, and sitting next to him is a figure of a most beautiful goddess, dressed in a Greek-style toga made of flames of radiant pastel pink. The master's eyes are aflame with fire and crowned with a shining aureole of the sun. He wears a crown of fiery rays and is dressed in a flaming toga of brilliant golden yellow. He rises from the throne, standing at almost a full 7 feet tall. The entire audience of the chamber stands. He addresses the group. Hail, sons of flame! I am Helios, Lord of the Dawn, sending peace, greetings, and infinite light from my heart and that of my beloved consort and presiding solar deity, beloved Vesta, to mankind of Earth everywhere. You hear the victory symphony, and I tell you that victory, beloved, is the fanfare of our presence. And this music has been given to Beethoven by ourselves, that you might have the spirit of victory in sound. Our eternal love to you, sons and daughters of God. Please be seated. The original proposal of the kind physician, a Boston resident, referred to by the great divine director, received implementation from many hearts, both ascended and unascended. many of whom have long served the cause of freedom. Many know the story of the Laggards, but how many know that untold numbers of starry worlds, even visible to your physical eyes, contain solar systems where whole civilizations and evolutions are made up of ascended beings and infinite Christs of universal love? From many of these came the Laggards, the Asus, who followed in the footsteps of this elder son of Isaac, and who despised their birthright, preferring a mess of material pottage and the dubious privilege of being self-made men. While they dallied on earth, their brothers, free of their discord, went on to become ascended beings and were raised in luminous clouds of cosmic glory to the shining delight of abiding in goodwill among heaven's many mansions. Earth has rightly honored beloved Jesus and others of my sons and daughters, such as the Blessed Mother Mary, beloved Gautama, the present Lord of the world, as well as your beloved Saint Germain and Almoria, who have become such magnificent champions of light. These are but one of many sons of God throughout the whole cyclic round of life's eternal cycles. Therefore I say, let grace abound, as I, Helios, granted by the power of the Soul Logos, the Word of God, a cosmic dispensation given to the people of Earth in 1960 in Mighty Victory's name to assist the Earth in attaining cosmic liberation from self-created discord and bondage, so that the fealty of eternal happiness may take possession of the minds, worlds, and affairs of mankind, producing perfection and sustaining civilization's great light during the coming golden age, whose presently approaching glow shall now expand limitlessly to the glory of the eternal Father. Therefore, in order to loosen the hold of the Laggards and secure the blessing of freedom to all Earth's posterities, in order to also anchor the spirit of liberty, which is victor over every form of tyranny over the mind of man, this gift is given to all sincere students and chelas of the ascended masters who apply their hearts to their own God presence I am, asking that they be made a divine channel through which the power and presence of one or more of the universal Christ located on other systems of worlds shall flow during the hours of sleep, or even consciously as the great law directs. This shall promptly and without delay, they shall promptly and without delay be vested with our power in accordance with the cosmic law in order to enable these Christs to anchor their radiation and presence in the physical, thinking, feeling, and memory worlds of such volunteers, so as to provide a means whereby a cosmic Christ can be assigned to each laggard on this planet individually in order to help control the spread of discord and transmute their thoughts and feelings to love for the light. Rest assured, the Laggards will be unable to consciously know of this action except in accordance with cosmic law when they too enter to serve the light. Know too that while these cosmic Christs have no authority to interfere with free will, they are hereby given full authority to enlighten, heal, bless, and guide each life stream firmly, even to the extent of adjusting karma to the karmic board, acting thus as a wise parent who chastens at times the ones they love till all are once again at home in realms of light, wholly ascended and free. Now I am the safeguard for every life stream so serving, and thus it is further declared that all so serving as channels for this service are afforded full protection from Lord Michael, the Archangel, and mighty Astrea's legions. Let this service be without limit as to time and place, continuing to function as an activity of divine love until all laggards are, with the earth itself, at last free. Let this be done from this day forward with increasing God's speed until, as Samuel Morse, the inventor of the telegraph, said in its first message, "What God hath wrought." facing the golden age, I, Helios, say, let there be light. I am the Christ victory now made manifest, your God, Helios. And as Helios sits, the council chamber continues to radiate with the great golden pink sphere of Helios and Vesta's blazing light and love. You feel and see the intense rays of the life-giving energy of the spiritual sun behind the physical sun pouring down upon you and making contact with your heart, aligning your heart with the great heart in the very center of the sun. You bask in the great silence for what seems like an eternity. A bearded master now rises. He is wearing powder blue, tapered trousers and a tunic which reaches to the knees. Around his waist is a deep royal blue girdle tied on the right side. On his head, a brilliant yellow turban. You feel an instant soul connection when you gaze into the penetrating eyes of this fierce-looking being. He turns to the great divine director and begins to speak. Gratitude to thee, my beloved Father, thou great divine director, for Helios and Vesta's love and your confidence. I, El Moria, greet you from the inner spiritual government of this planet, the council of God's will at Darjeeling. And I do declare that in my humble ascended master opinion, that beloved Helios dispensation represents the finest opportunity to make things right here on earth that has come forth in at least 2,000 years. And those who sincerely volunteer to render service to mankind in their own God presence I am by calling to beloved Helios as he so kindly requested and offering themselves as channels for God's grace and thus serving as anchors for the magnificent ascended cosmic Christ projecting earthward, will know more and more of the reality of these other shining worlds and many mansions of God. If we are one body and we believe that where there is life, there is hope, then we must call to the cosmic Christ to descend into the temples of those individuals who have long ago lost their potential for Christhood. We must invoke a mighty intercession for the descent of cosmic Christ, that they might enter the arena of the government and the economy of the world, to overshadow those who simply are not equal to their times. This is the understanding I would give you. You cannot sit on the sidelines and be a spectator, waiting to be perfected so that you can begin your mission. You know you have a mission. You must be up and doing. You must be up and doing, beloved. You must realize that in the very process of doing what is the immediate greatest necessity, you are engaging with the forces of your time, with the energies of the planetary systems and the light of the sun itself. I commend you to your victory and the glory of God within. I am Moria von Beer. Our beautiful Mother Mary is sitting next to El Moria. The Blessed Mother is dressed in a white robe as brilliant as the sun at noonday, which is girdled at the waist with a blue ribbon. She is wearing a gold rosary with emerald beads, and upon her head is a white veil with a crown of 12 stars. She looks at you with the most loving eyes of a divine mother and begins to speak. I am so grateful to see the beginning of a new era of hope in world religious affairs brought on by the advent of mighty Helios dispensation of love and the attendant opportunity it represents. These are very real, the coming of the cosmic Christ in answer to your calls, with their great momentums of purity, is a silent service to the ages and to the children and my dear children of earth. And as our Mother Liberty has told us, you who would bear the burden of the world karma of the Laggards in answer to the old plea for a dispensation of intercession, the cosmic Christ would have in your world the assistance of a single cosmic Christ at inner levels, an ascended master who would assist you in holding that balance of the karma of the laggards. Already marvelous results are being brought about, and the duration of these dispensations till every child of earth is free is assurance that continual progress shall be made. So I, Mary, enfold you, and I place around the waist of every keeper of the flame of this path and activity a golden cord, knots within it like the cord of St. Francis, that you might understand that through excuse me. So I, Mary, enfold you, and I place around the waist of every keeper of the flame of this path and activity a golden cord, knots within it like the cord of St. Francis, that you might understand that though there be an acceleration of the path, and though the golden light be upon you, though you may be robed as kings and priests unto God, the simple and basic and humble virtues of soul chastity as purity, poverty as selflessness and self-emptying to be filled, and finally, obedience. These three, beloved, are truly the magnet for the threefold flame. The faithful shall have a new line to my heart, and I shall seal this light that a false harky may never appropriate it. All who give their love to the light through volunteering for this transcendent service of working with these cosmic Christs shall receive my personal blessing. Your eternal cosmic mother, Mother Mary. The final master rises. He is a magnificent, godlike figure in a white jeweled robe with a gold cross pete and a circle upon his garment. He bears the purple cape of the knight commander. Hanging from his shoulder is the most magnificent, blazing, deep, fiery violet purple pouch, his entire aura dripping with violet flame. He looks directly at you with a tremendous light and love sparkling in his eyes and begins to speak. I, Saint Germain, gift you with my miracle pouch of violet flame. I am your eternal friend of freedom's light, so I give to you a pouch, a purse of miracle joy. It is yours to take. It is yours to enjoy. This great miracle sense, this sphere of love that I hurl is for you to carry and to take out of your briefcase or whatever it is that you carry for the most precious of your treasures from day to day. From here and there, when you come upon those situations that only the miracle alchemy of Saint Germain will dissolve, then you can take out this precious miracle light. It is an energy from my heart. It is a dispensation from the lords of karma, given to me because of my chelas in the earth, chelas of great worth, whom I hold dear. And therefore, the treasure of the miracle dispensation is this. You will meet problems, temptations, testings, and the Gordian knot of all of the complications in the labyrinth of human consciousness. And into those conditions that would stand in your way, I say, you can fling the great miracle light and love that I hurl to you now as your very own pouch and purse of energy for you to care for as a gift of my heart. Truly, it is the age of Aquarius. Truly, it is the age of miracles. And you have said that it will take the miracles of Merlin. So our Father Alpha has said to me, Saint Germain, it is time for you to be on the stage of life in the person of your chelas to manifest those miracles. For only a miracle of the purple fiery heart will save the earth in time to start a golden age. So let us now diligently prepare to bring and share the blessings of this light of our beloved Helios and Vesta, how precious a dispensation they have given. What a cosmic victory is sent to earth. All who grasp the significance of this grant and are serving as channels must sense that victory, which is literally flooding the world and all mankind. This is the long called for light of 1,000 suns from the radiance of millions of cosmic Christs who now answer to your calls, have descended and will remain until life's perfection is restored to all. I am your eternal friend of freedom's light, Saint Germain.